Hi, I'm Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style, coming to answer your colour and style questions. Can you tell me if it's more important for me to make a statement or blend with others? Now, this is a really interesting question, isn't it? Because I actually think this is incredibly personal. This comes down to your personality, Julia, and anybody else who might wonder about this, because this is where we can feel these kind of two opposing forces. Should I blend in or should I stand out? Now, generally, there are some personality styles that will really want to blend in, and they'll feel incredibly uncomfortable if they are not blending in. And in fact, they probably wouldn't even ask this question. So, like, that is one of those things. So I'm suspecting the fact that you're asking me this says that you have a personality that may wish to stand out more. Or you might feel that you should. Maybe you're around somebody who stands out more and you have a tendency to blend in. I don't know this about you. But there is no right answer. There are certain situations where we can still be appropriate for the situation and either stand out or blend in. There is no, you must wear exactly the same clothes unless we are in a uniform environment where everybody has to wear exactly the same uniform. Then blending in is exactly what you need to do. But if you're in an environment where it's just like, I'm going to work and it's there's no uniform, then it could be that, am I standing out for the right reasons? And this is where it's thinking about, what are your clothes communicating? What do you want them to communicate about you? Who are you as a person? What are you telling people? So if you are more creative than the people around you, and this can be, say, sometimes it could be you're in the marketing department, which is seen as a more creative department, rather than the accounts department, which is seen as a less creative department. So therefore, if you are wearing very creative clothes in the accounting department, you will stand out, and potentially for not the right reason, versus if you were wearing very creative clothes in the marketing department, you'll stand out if you are standing next to someone from the accounts department, but their assumed role is that you are more creative because you've got to have those sorts of ideas. And this is where standing out you can still be appropriate. Like, appropriate can just be about that it's a certain standard of dress, certain level of refinement, that you're covered up if you need to be covered up, or whatever it might be, that appropriate might be, I need to wear closed-toed shoes at work for health and safety. But it doesn't mean I have to wear a particular style of shoes so much. So then it's going, like, what works for me? And there is no answer here. I cannot give you an answer. It's something only you can decide, that whether you feel you want to really blend in, where you want to really stand out and be completely different from everybody else, or be somewhere in between. I think that's really up to you. I think that the thing to remember is that our style should be an expression of our personality. And so it should be authentic to you. So it's going to feel authentic, and people pick up inauthenticity very quickly. So if you are trying to be something that you're not, this is where you will be standing out as being inauthentic, and people will be wondering what's going on. So I'd say it's just be you. And yes, you might have a different style to other people, but as long as it's appropriate, and I think as long as we think about what is appropriate for this situation. If I'm going to a wedding, don't wear a pair of, daggy old jeans. That's standing out for the wrong reason. But as long as I'm dressed appropriately for whatever is that dress code, it doesn't need to, I just need to wear a little black dress because that's what everybody else is wearing. I can wear a little white dress or a little pink dress or whatever it might be. So maybe everybody else it's a sea of black and you're not wearing black, but you're still in the same style and kinds of clothes, and therefore you're standing out but still appropriate. So I think this is something you need to consider, and it depends on what context you're asking this question, which of course comes into these things as well. But hopefully that gives you a little something to think about, because of course personality is so key to this, and this is where one of the things we found with our 16 style types, if you get your style type report, you'll discover that some types are more naturally wanting to stand out and be different, and others are more naturally want to fit in and blend in. I was talking to a friend of mine who is very much a blend in type, And she said the only time she'd wear something that was like seen as very rebellious would be if that was the trend and all her friends were doing it, because she would stand out if she wasn't doing that. But it's not her natural style. But her natural style is to blend in. So in some ways there's a chameleon element that she will blend in to wherever she is. So this is where, if you're interested in understanding more, then I'd head over to 16styletypes.com and get your style types report and discover more about how your personality really does influence your style. And of course, and we've got a few style, strengths and challenges in there that you may not realize are your strengths or your challenges, but they can really help you kind of develop your own personal style in a way that is authentic to you. Well, please do keep sending me questions, Imogen at InsideOutStyleBlog.com, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon. Bye for now.